Hi everybody, this is Joe. I'm here to do a video on narcissistic personality disorder. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about something that a lot of people who had a curiosity on how to go about this as far as them dealing with, narcissistic abuse, as far as them trying to cope with what happened to them, as far as them getting out of a relationship with a narcissist or someone who still feel like they in the dark as far as, the abuse that they have been through dealing with a narcissist. And that is how to heal from narcissistic abuse. Now, this right here, this is a number one question as far as anyone, try to come to reality on them trying to heal from narcissistic abuse. So, dealing with a narcissist and the abuse that happened to you in the narcissistic relationship that you have been through, it's a lot of ways where the narcissist had abused you. What happened is that the narcissist, they attack you, internally. And what I mean by that, a lot of the stuff that happened to you, it happened within you. The narcissists, they did a lot of tactics, within you as far as where they just gutted everything out of you as far as your dignity, your sanity, everything you stand for, the feeling of your purpose, the feeling of your destiny, the good person, that good spirit that you had within you. This is what the narcissists attack. They attack this part within you. So what happened is that the narcissist, everything that the narcissist had done to you, was up on your mind. So what happened is that by you being around this person for so long, for so many years, anyone who, been with a narcissist or married to one, this could have a real, very much impact up on you as far as this abuse. And what happened is that a lot of stuff that had drawn you in is the idealist phase. The idealist phase is the one that, the phase that had allowed you to put your guards down, and it has subconsciously allowed you to take this person in. So what happened? You start to dominate yourself, on this narcissist. You basing everything off this narcissist. And, you got to remember that these people are very good manipulators. They very, sneaky, and they very mind twisted. So what a narcissist, what they are busy doing is that they studying all your weaknesses, and their purpose, it is where they get narcissistic fuel, they get supply, and they, as you being the target, they fuel from you, but at the same time, they putting you down, and they making you feel bad about yourself. So this right here would keep them uplifted by making you feel the way you feel. So they do everything they can to make you feel beneath yourself, make you feel like nothing. So anything that the narcissist see you take pride in, that's the part they attack. And they do this in many ways. If they will, they will compare you with a situation. They will compare you with somebody else. They will make you feel like you have to compete with the world. They will do a lot of things where they'll try to make you jealous. They will will say little things that make you feel belittle about yourself. They will do things or say things that make you feel insecure about yourself. So as they do this tactic time and time again, and by you being around the narcissist, as far as it could be weeks, months, even years, you pick this up into your subconscious, and as this tactic go along with the narcissist, what they do, they don't support you. It more feel like this person is against you, or more feel like, this person, like I said, it more feel like they against you, and it feel like this person they not supportive. As far as they not supporting you, they not building up on you. You feel like a lot of things are being taken away from you, and you feel like you're doing all this chasing. You feel like you're doing a lot of stuff where you putting a lot of things together. And what happened to narcissists, they see you doing this, so what they doing, they in the process, they training your mind. They training your mind in a way where they trying to hardwire you to think, the way you feel. And the way you feel is bad. So they hardwire you to think this way. So anything that you try to build up on yourself, as far as, you building any type of strength, or you building any type of confidence, the narcissists only attack that. And they attack this in many ways. They will manipulate you, or they will do a lot of things as far as, making you feel that you're crazy, or they will make you feel like what you're doing is not, it's not as good, or even if you do your best not good enough. So you notice in yourself, you feel like you're the one who either chasing, or you're the one who always trying to get this narcissist validation. So everything you notice in yourself doing, you're doing it through the validation of the narcissist. So when you're away from this person and you in society, you look around you, and everything around you is based through the narcissist. So a lot of things that you used to feel good about yourself, you don't, because, the narcissist got you feeling a certain way about yourself. So subconsciously, this has sunk into your mind, and you start to allow yourself to believe this about yourself. And what happens at times, too, is that when you get into an argument with the narcissist, or dispute with the narcissist, they start to, they start to verbally attack you. They'll call you names, or they will, they will insult you with certain things, or, they'll say things as far as they come off very betrayal. It's like you feel betrayed. You feel like you open up to the narcissist, and you share a certain part of yourself, to the narcissist. And to see how the narcissist will turn around and turn on you, leave you very baffled. So all alone, right there, that within itself will bring, trauma up on your mind. So now, you experiencing this overwhelming feeling right there. So what happens when you experience that? You start to feel inferior. You don't know how to take up for yourself. You don't know how to defend yourself towards this person, because this person come off very domineering, and you seem to be the one who feel very vulnerable, and you feel very weak. You feel like you don't have no strength to fight this narcissist. So this is all this abuse that happened to you. And on top of that, a lot of times, through your emotions, your emotions start to increase, for this narcissist, especially if anyone going through the abuse, dealing with this narcissist. The more you be around this person, the more you deal with this person, the more vulnerable you feel, the more weakened you feel, the more sensitive you are towards this narcissist. And when you're not around this person, or when you argue with this person, wherever the situation may have been, however the situation had maybe been left off with this narcissist, it seemed like you got to come back around this narcissist, to feel better or to gain yourself again. And what happened to narcissists, they will say things or feed you only enough breadcrumbs to lift you up, and right there, they take you off that pedestal, or they belittle you again. So what I'm basically saying, is reason why I mentioned a lot of them things I just mentioned in this video is help you to understand what is happening and what had happened to you and what's going on. So that being said, hopefully you understand what happened to your mind, what happened to your identity, what happened to your dignity, and the part where you feel violated, the part where you feel like your pride had been conquered. And there's a good way to have pride, and there's a bad way. But this pride that you have is a good pride. It is a pride where you take pride into, your good spirit, your the good part of you, that, that's the part you take pride in. And this is good to have, because this is, this is what you stand for. This is what you represent. This is your purpose. This is your drive. And this is what the narcissist, they had took away, and they challenged that. They you feel like you've been challenged in that area or so, and they do all these tactics up on your mind, and any type of success that you put forth ahead of you to walk on that road, they kind of trying to make you feel very belittle of that or so. So after that, the narcissist, as time go along, the narcissist start to mentally break you down, where like I said before, you start to subconsciously believe this stuff because they never supported you. They always took away. They always challenged you, in their selfish ways, and having this dominator effect as far as everything revolve around them. You start to undermine yourself because the narcissist make you, subconsciously making you feel that anything you do, it's not important, or you're not entitled to the way you feel, or you're not entitled to what you like. There's always something wrong with what you like, or what you like, it's not no big deal. And you start to notice where they dominate all conversation. You barely get to talk, and they just know everything when you start talking to them. So the reason of me saying that, this is when you start to look at this narcissist, as this narcissist, they is the domineering one, and you start to look up to this narcissist. So, all this I said, these is all abuse, that, the abuse tactics that they had done up on you. So, it leaves your mind in a very messed up state of mind, as far as where you don't know left to right, you don't know from north to south, and that's how bad this could get or so. Some people where their identity be so, so totally far off into the fog, where the smoke not clearing up, where they can't even find where to start within themselves. So what happened is that, everything been attacked within you. Now, it's just, you can't find, you're not grounded on anything within yourself. You ask yourself, who am I? Who I base myself on now, and what you basing yourself on is all that abuse, everything that happened to you, dealing with that narcissist, all the put downs and everything, where you finding yourself trying to get the approval to bring yourself back up to that high spirit that you were again, as far as your good spirit, as far as, that happy spirit that you had. So that's what, That's what had happened to you as far as you dealing with that, dealing with the narcissist. So anyone who out there, they asking themselves, as far as them feeling the way they feeling, and there's all types of feeling you could be feeling right now, as far as anyone dealing with this abuse. Right now, you're in a lot of weaknesses. You feel like you're a prison in your own mind. You have a lot of the rage, the anger. You're feeling depressed. You feeling weak for the narcissist, and all these thoughts running through your mind as far as anything that remind you as far as your weaknesses and your insecurity that the narcissist had maximized. So a lot of tactics that the narcissist had done psychologically, I could mean this, as far as through their action, that had weakened you or traumatized you or so. So anyone who out there who wondering on how can they heal from something where they feel like they permanently damaged from? How can they heal, or what are ways they can heal from this or so? The main thing now to realize, and the main thing right now, is to take a deeper look. Take a look within you. Everything that you believe in about yourself, everything that you feel about yourself is based upon that abuse. Everything that you are feeling is based upon this narcissist. So right now, as far as the way you feel, it's time to take up on the new identity. It's time to get your identity back. It's time to get to know who you really are. It's time to feel your purpose again. It's time to feel alive again. It's time to come out that prison that's in your mind that the narcissist had put you into as far as all that abuse. No one should feel like they are prison in their own mind. No one should feel that way. The way that you can heal from this and how to heal from this is to put hope back into your life again, and to know the truth, and to know who the narcissists really, who they really are, and what they stand for. The narcissist is nothing but a bunch of talk. The narcissist, they have you feeling like you're not successful. They have you feeling like you're a failure. They have you feeling like you're not good at anything. They have you feeling like everything in society outside of you, is above and more advanced than you, which this is not true. This is what the narcissist is. And a narcissist, they may have you feeling that, you feel defeated and all the stuff that in the toxic that they left upon you. I want you to know this in this video. As time go along, you will start to increase and a narcissist will start to decrease. And that being said, you're the one who's going to be on the winning side. The narcissist is going to be on the losing side. Who you was before you walked into that relationship, that person who you used to be, that person who had a purpose, that person who had a goal, that person who had a destiny, where they see a future, they see hope in life. Right now what's going on, the road is cloudy. To clear that road up is still right there. The only thing that happened is that you was on a standstill. The narcissist had lied to you. The narcissist kept you on this standstill so they could fuel off you as far as making themselves feel good by you feeling the way you feel it. In this situation, it's not to let the narcissist win. The way to get back at the narcissist is to show the narcissist that you don't need them. It's to show the narcissist you don't need their approval. It's to show the narcissist you could do whatever they put you down for, that you could do it without them. To show the narcissist that all the people they said that don't like you, or all the people that they said don't, you don't have their approval, to show the narcissist that you still fit in with society and that these people still like to be around you. It's to show the narcissist that you could do very well in life without them. To show the narcissist you could move on in life without them. It's the best thing you could ever do to conquer and defeat the narcissist. Do not allow the narcissist to win. Although they said everything they said to you, although they said all that abuse to you, although they said the things they said to put off that abuse on you, that's how I meant to say that. Got to remember this. The narcissists themselves will always feel like a failure. And just because they feel like a failure, they want to make you feel like a failure. And by them seeing you believing that you are a failure yourself, makes them feel like somebody. It's the only way they know how to operate in life. This is the only way they could get their fuel. You, on the other hand, don't have this problem. You always have this natural light that shines in you. People see this. The narcissists see this too. This is the part where the narcissist saw and they try to take that away from you. And they always try to keep you down. It's like a method where someone down and keep kicking them and keep on kicking them and won't allow them to get up. This is what the narcissists have been doing to you all along. And for anyone who out there who may feel like they've been used up, who may feel like they stuck in this prison in their mind where they feel like they can't move on, and wherever the narcissist have violated their insecurity or anything like that, in the real reality, there wasn't nothing wrong with you. Everything that you thought about yourself and every type of way that you felt before you even got into this relationship was the truth. The narcissist was the lie. The whole time you was dealing with that narcissist, you was living a lie. The narcissist had got you to believe in a lie. No one should ever feel beneath themselves. No one should ever feel like they not successful in life. No one should ever feel like they are a failure. No one should ever feel like they can't achieve anything. No one should ever feel like they can't accomplish anything without a certain type of person trying to rule over them or try to tell them how to do things. No one should feel like this. So if you're feeling like this is not the way to feel. This is not the truth on the way you feel. The narcissists themselves have to run around in life to hurt people. And the only people they hurt is the people that try to help them and the people that, that had cared about them. This is why the narcissists burn all their bridges. This is why the narcissists pick people and put them through all the phases of the narcissistic relationship. That is the idealist phase, that is the evaluation phase, and that is the discard phase. This is the only way they operate. And a narcissist will never change from this. Always remember that dealing with the narcissist. You, on the other hand, you will find success, you will find purpose, and you will always have a positive drive. The narcissist can't do this, and this is why the narcissist had hated you, because of this. If you are all the bad things that the narcissist said about you or the way they treated you, most of the time and some of the times when a narcissist, they take you through all the phases of a narcissistic relationship, they usually come back. They usually make some type of contact, some type of way. They still get back in contact with you, in most cases. If you all these bad things that the narcissist said and the way they treat you, then why do they come back? What does this say about the narcissist? if anyone, comes back as far as what they complain about, it must not be bad. The narcissists know. The narcissists, they know the good person and a bright person you are. They see this. And although they come back for narcissistic supply, the narcissists see what's in you. They know what's in you. This is why they hated you, because of that. And if there's anyone out there who going through any type of depression or suffering through any type of depression, due to this type of abuse from the narcissist, I just want to tell you this, that everything is not as bad as it seems. Everything is not as bad as what you think it is. Right now what's happening, your mind is just maximizing everything to the 5th to the 10th power. And what's happening, the more you feed in your mind this, the more it grows. So everything not as bad as what you think. There's always hope. There's still a future. And this right here is not permanent. What you're thinking on and what's bothering you right now is not permanent at all. There's many things you could be thankful for. And what I mean by that, you could be thankful for, the narcissist really never had took anything from you as far as where what's still inside of you is still there. It still could come back. They may have took you away from your identity. They may have darkened up that light in you, but you still the same person. Just dealing with this toxic relationship, you just lost, touch with yourself. But you could come back to that. The narcissist can't do this, and the narcissists know this. I will let you know something about the narcissist, and this is to the people who want to find a way to heal from this. The thing about the narcissist have made look so superior, so tall, intelligent. This narcissist may appear to you where they this know it all, as far as they know everything and all this stuff that the narcissists do. Anyone know what I'm talking about who deal with a narcissist? The real reality of a narcissist is that they have a lot of regrets in their lives. The narcissist is depressed. The narcissist's mind is under torment. Their mind is tormented. They hide this from you, but the narcissist is not happy. They know this. The narcissist is sad and miserable in the inside. That's why they gotta hurt people. It's a saying that they always say, misery love company. So as you're going through what you're going through now, you will find recovery. This is guaranteed. For the narcissist, this is not. So the narcissists have to run from this void. And for anyone who had emotions and anyone who cared about this narcissist, or even, they love this narcissist, you got to ask yourself this: how can you love someone who don't even love themselves? And I can honestly say that the self-love that the narcissists have for themselves is that praise. This is the only thing that they could feel as far as love, as far as they love themselves. This is what they have to get away from that void or to feel important. That's why they need people to do this. And anyone who happier than them or find that natural light, these are people that they envy, and these are people that they try to devour. So remember that about the narcissist. They're not walking off into the sunset and have this happy fulfillment life. The narcissist is not living this way. Trust me when I tell you that. The whole time you was with this narcissist, the narcissist had done nothing but play with your mind and manipulated you. So everything that the narcissist trying to have you believe as far as them yo-yoing with your emotions, all they was doing is selling you something as far as a dream that would never come true. As far as healing, it's time to break free from this prison that you are locked up in your own mind, that the narcissist had put you into. Like I said before, the narcissist had put you in this prison that is in your own mind. No one should feel like a prisoner in their own mind. And for all this abuse that you have been through dealing with the narcissist, to ever get back at this narcissist as far as what they took you through, as far as the abuse that you have been through, if this narcissist ever come back for anything, even if this narcissist trying to initiate contact just to say hi, give the narcissist nothing. The more you let this narcissist starve, the weaker this narcissist get, and the more power going to be on your side, and the more power will be in your hands. No matter what the narcissist do, no matter what the narcissist say, it's time to get your identity back and give the narcissist nothing. Each time you do this, the more power comes in your hands, the weaker and the littler the narcissist will become. This will turn the tables on the narcissist. Do not say anything to the narcissist. Think back on all the abuse you went through and the things they took you through. Whatever that you do to the narcissist is to give them nothing. There's always a usual saying that they say the worst thing you could ever do to someone is not to say anything to them or leave them completely alone. This is what the narcissists do in the discard phase. But they can't do it for this reason. It's because they're doing it for new narcissistic supply. Your power that you got and your weapon that you got against this narcissist is to have nothing to do with them and let them suffer where they stand. And the way you can let them suffer where they stand is to have nothing to do with them and don't respond back to anything they say. No matter how much your emotions scream out for them, no matter how much you feel, even if you feel like you're dying in the inside, give that narcissist nothing. This will gain you your power back and your strength. This will let you know that you do stand for something. This will let you know that you are important as far as you gaining your power back, as far as you gaining your strength back, as far as you defeating the narcissist. This is the way where you experience victory. This is your strength, and this is your way where you can move on and learn your experience from the narcissist to have a narcissistic-free life from these toxic people. If they ever come back, give them nothing to feed off of. And always remember, instead of trying to show the narcissist or prove to the narcissist by trying to get validation from them to make yourself feel, yourself again, show the narcissist that you could do it without them and life could go on without them and you have a better life without them. Always remember that and practice that strength towards the narcissist. So hopefully this video then helps someone out. So remember, people, keep your minds protected, keep your heart shielded, and stay narcissistic free away from these people. Thank you very much for watching my video, and you have a good day.